Hi friend, now I'm back with another game in Habu and Watanabe's Ryuou title match. And you know what? This is the 7th game, so you know what I mean, right? Habu won the first, second, and the third game, but after that Watanabe took the 4th game. And then he took the 5th and the 6th game too, and tied the score to 3-3. Unbelievable. And actually, in the long history of Shogi title matches, especially in 7-game matches, winning 4 games in a row after losing 3 games has never happened before. So if Watanabe wins this game, he's gonna be the first one to achieve that, also becoming the first eternal Ryuou at the same time. So let's see whether that dramatic thing happens here or not. Okay, black is Habu again. And this is the Yagura opening. They go along the Joseki line. Okay, now at this position, Watanabe branches off from the main line of Yagura Joseki. He moves the right silver to 5C. And this move means he's going to play a strategy called Rapid Attacking Yagura, which is one of White's strategies against Black's Yagura. And actually, Watanabe used this strategy in the 6th game too. And he beat Habu with this strategy in the 6th game, and he's doing that again. Well, Habu might be a little bit angry by seeing this move. Okay, pawn 8e, and silver to 7g, and pawn 5e. This is how rapid attacking Yagura starts. Pawn takes it, and bishop recaptures. Now these lines are same as in the 6th game. And in the 6th game, Habu played bishop to 7i, and he proceeded like this. But in this game, Habu changed the move. He played pawn to 2e. But they're still in one of the Joseki lines. And the Joseki move for White's next move is basically silver to 5d, which is an important move in rapid attacking Yagura. Because otherwise, Black will push this pawn and then advance his silver, making a really good piece structure around here. So basically, White should play silver to 5d here, but at this position Watanabe shows us his new move. A new move means a move that is not in Joseki lines, and that was silver to 3c. He had prepared this move for this title match, so if he had lost this title match earlier, he couldn't have even been able to show this move. Okay, he's trying to protect the 2nd file. Okay, so he made an attack in the 5th file and also tries to defend the 2nd file. Well, a kind of selfish move. So once again, Habu might get a little bit angry with it. And of course he plays pawn to 6e. Okay, bishop retreats to 7c, and silver develops. But Watanabe uses the bishop immediately to this side, 8d. Okay, pretty good maneuver. Bishop 7i, king 3a, and bishop develops to 4f, attacking the rook. Okay, now here basically White can't block it. If he blocks with the knight, Black will immediately attack there, and blocking with a bishop will be basically the same thing, like that. So he can only move the rook to 9b. Okay, Habu immediately goes for the 7th file, blocking the bishop first, and then he attacks on the 8th file. Okay, really cool. Pawn takes it. Oh well, but this pawn's attack is a big threat for Black too. Well, anyway, he drops his pawn to 8b. Now the knight can run to 7c because Habu doesn't have any pawn. So pawn promotes, and now rook runs to 5b. Okay, Habu takes the lance. Well, taking lance here is something. Now he can drop it to here anytime, right? Okay, so silver develops to 5d, and well, yeah, Black has an option to drop in lance immediately here. Well, then maybe a pawn drop, silver exchange here. Now let's take it with the bishop. Now you see Black is threatening this covered attack. Well, White will deliberately deals with it with this pawn drop, and after he takes it, and then Oh well, let's abandon this pawn first. And then knight leap to 6e. Okay, so if black goes for this discovered attack, then I can take the lance by checking, so this doesn't work. So maybe bishop will go to here, checking. So pawn takes it, lance takes the rook, and then rook fork, but bottom pawn, and he takes the bishop. And you see, this is why he discarded pawn first. If he tries to do that now, it doesn't work. The dragon can take it, right? And the reason of that pawn sack is this lance drop, you see, and bishop fork. So this line is pretty interesting. But actually, Habu didn't drop his lance. He pushed the 6-file pawn to 6d. Watanabe didn't take it. He moved the gold to 6b. And then black dropped the lance. Pawn drop. Okay, now Habu sacrifices the 2nd-file pawn to 2d. Well, this is an important move. Basically, you should do this before it's too late. You should do it when your opponent has to take it. And in this case, White took it with the pawn. And now the next move is very interesting. Habu moved his promoted pawn on 9a to 9b. Well, what is he doing? Basically, he's trying to activate this promoted pawn eventually like this. Well, but does he have time for that? Well, if this idea works, that means this position is already very good for black. It means White doesn't have any effective attack here. So Watanabe has to do something. So he offered a silver exchange. Black declines it, of course. Silver to 5e. Okay, White goes ahead. Silver to 7f. Okay, really a big threat to black. But black doesn't want to take it, because if he does, this bishop will be activated. So here, black promotes the pawn in the 6th file. After gold takes it, yes, silver to 60. Discovered attack on the rook. So rook runs to 6b, but then lance sack to 5b. Really cool. Rook takes it, and silver takes the gold. Unpromote. Well, the rook wants to stay on the 5th file, trying to maintain its influence on black's camp. But this square doesn't work. Bishop skewer. So he ran to 5a. Okay, there are several options for black, but he chose this one. Pawn to 2c. Okay, really good move. Now he's threatening to move his bishop to here next move. You see, the king can't run to here. But if he takes with the gold, the castle gets too weak. Okay, so he played gold to 4b. A cool move. Basically blocking this diagonal. Now gold 6b. And if the rook simply runs, well then pawn drop, and this rook will die. But Watanabe has a really good idea here. Before he moves his rook, he drops his lance to 6e, attacking the gold. Basically, black doesn't have time to take this rook, right? This attack is faster. So Habu had to drop his pawn to 6f, but now he doesn't have a pawn. So White can run to 5c. Now Habu can't drop his pawn here. Really interesting. Now Habu takes the lance. Okay, now here, normally White would want to promote this pawn to 8g, because this is the most effective attack here. But if he does that, he's gonna be trapped. Well, after this move, it's one way to go. Lance drop. He'll take the gold and take this silver and silver sack, and it's a brinkmate. But at this position, actually, White king is in a mate. Starting from silver drop. Okay, and then this brilliant silver drop to 2c. Well, first of all, if he runs rook check, and then rook sack 2, and I have to take the king, silver sack, and then lance promotes, your bishop check, and it's a checkmate. So basically he'll have to take the silver here, but then rook check, runs, but rook drop to here, and then rook sack, rook promotes, dragon check, and checkmate. So this is gonna be the outcome if white promotes the pawn on the 8th file. And Watanabe saw it, so he didn't promote the pawn. He chose this way, taking the gold by the silver, so black has to take it back and then gold drop. King runs, and this is where he makes a good move. Knight 6e. Okay, discovered the attack on the gold. So now he can take the gold whenever he wants. We call this kind of piece a hostage piece. He can take it whenever he needs it for a checkmate. Okay, Habu makes a really exciting move. Gold to 6f. Well, the king is weaker, but he's making it escaping route for the king. Well, it doesn't seem it's gonna work, but it does, actually. So gold takes a silver, and lance drop now. Bishop takes the gold now. So lance takes a rook, and bishop recaptures. Okay, now black has many options. Actually, taking the gold here might have been pretty good. And also dropping a silver now would have been really good too. But he played rook to 6a. Well, other professional players say it's not very good. Now lance blocks it. And silver promotes to 5d. Okay, double attack. But bishop to 3e, trying to exchange the bishops. Well, this is a very good move. The bishop on 4f was doing a pretty good job. Habu decided to concentrate on defense now, taking knight. But bishop exchange and bishop drop to ag, so he can take the dragon now. And he makes the rook check. Okay, king runs, but a nice pawn drop to 6d. Okay, this is a threat mate, but Habu makes a really cool counterattack. Bishop to 6f. Okay, this is what we call a threat mate removing threat mate. Very good. So now white king is in a threat mate. If he takes this gold, silver drop, the king has to run. But bishop sack here, taking with a knight will be an other mate. You see, knight drop. So he'll have to take it with the gold. Now you can take it, and king will have to take it. And let's exchange the bishop with a metal piece, and then drop it here. He'll run, knight check. He runs to here, but silver check. King takes it, and then silver sack. And after he takes it, now the rook can run to here. King runs, but another gold sack. And then dragon check. King runs, dragon check, king runs, dragon check. Gold blocks it, knight check, and then pawn drop, gold takes it, knight promotes, and then checkmate by using all the pieces. So as you can see, that bishop drop was a marvelous threat mate removing threat mate. Okay, now white has an option of dropping a pawn here by checking and blocking the bishop, but after he takes the gold, the bishop can take this gold, so it's not good for white. So he made a dragon check here, knight blocks it, and then he drops that pawn, and he takes the gold. You see now the bishop can't take this gold. Well then, king takes the pawn. Well, but this case, black has already used one knight here, so white king is now not in a threat mate. So Watanabe dropped a gold to 7c, trying to block the king's escaping path. Okay, bishop to 2b. Well, it's not a mate if the king runs, but now he takes the lance, and then this is a threat mate. Okay, now one option for white, which would have been pretty good, is dropping a silver, and then simply keep dropping the metal pieces and taking the bishop. Well, maybe black can only drop his silver to here, a threat mate, but he can check the king, and then bishop drop, he runs, and he can take this pawn. Well, white king is in a danger, but actually he's fine. He can eventually run to here. Two kings face to face. So dropping the silver to 7d here might have been good, but he didn't do that, and instead he made a pretty mysterious move. His pawn to 5e, well, it's a little bit hard to understand. Basically, he's blocking the bishop, so he's avoiding the threat made on white's king, and also the pawn is giving some kind of a threat to the king, but it doesn't seem to be a threat mate. Well, the thing is, both players don't have enough time to think at this stage. They're thinking time are almost over, so they have to move very fast. And here, Habu, after seeing this mysterious move, giving him a turn to play, now Habu has to find his best move, but it's really hard to do that. So it's kind of a mental technique Watanabe is using here. And well, the correct move here might have been rook to 4h taking the gold. You see a powerful threat mate, and also removing one of the threat to black's king. But he didn't choose that one. What he did is rook to 2d taking a pawn. Well, this is also a very good move. If silver takes it, checkmate. And this move itself is a threat mate. But now Watanabe dropped a pawn to 6d, checking. And basically black can't take it. If he does, silver drop, and you see you can drop a gold to here and pawn drop. So eventually, after the dragon check, if black blocks it, he can drop a bishop to here, and you see then he can take this rook. Well, look at this, the bishop is defending here, so now white's king is not in mate. Even if black drops a gold, he can run. And even this discovered check, he can run. It's no mate. And well, after dragon check, if the king simply runs, we can just push this pawn by checking, removing the threat mate again here. And well, he can take the rook anyway. So this is why black can't take the pawn on 60 here. So the only option for the king is these two options, and actually the correct move for black was taking this pawn on the left side, but in a really short thinking time, black can't be sure that this king is no mate. Well, it surely looks like it's gonna be mated, so he couldn't do that, and he took the 5th file pawn. But actually that wasn't very good. Now white can drop his silver to 4d. Basically the king can't run. See this gold drop. The knight is pinned, so he can't take it. So it's a simple checkmate. Right? So he has to take it, but another silver comes up, and he has to take it with the horse. Well, he's not gonna take it immediately. That's awful. See? So what he does here is he drops the gold. King will run to this way. He generously uses his last metal piece and then takes the horse by checking. And look at this. This move is really important. Now the king has an escaping route, and black took it with the bishop. But then knight to 3c, checking. Well, moving the king to 4c might have been even better. We just made this knight check, and after king runs, bishop drop, king runs, and dragon check. He can't drop a pawn, so lance block. But the game is not over. Watanabe couldn't find any effective threat mate here, and he just calmly pushed the first file pawn to 1d. Okay, a steady move, although both players must be really in a haste. Now once again, Habu has to find the best move here. Watanabe often gives his opponent the turn to play, like this. Well, maybe attacking the gold like that could have been better, but Habu decided to take that gold on the 6th file by the knight. Well, this is a threat mate, yes. Starting from this pawn promotion, and look at this bishop sack, ripping up the knight, and then another brilliant silver sack, has to go with the king. So now gold drop, knight check. See, the rest is a simple checkmate. So it's a threat mate. However, from here, now Watanabe can drop a pawn to 2e. King runs. Now you can see the importance of this pawn. Now dragon sack. King takes it and then lance drop. Well, this pawn is doing a good job again. He has to take it with a bishop. So pawn takes it. And if he takes with the rook, it's a checkmate. Either by knight drop or bishop promotion. So he took with the king, but well, this bishop fork, and then he makes a horse check before he takes the rook, and then he takes it, and now white king is not in a threat mate, while black's king is in a brink mate. So here Habu resigned. Watanabe became the first eternal Ryuou in the history by taking the 4 games in a row after losing 3 games. Now if you want to see the following moves, the best thing that black can do might be rook drop to 2f, putting another big threat to the king, and also protecting these squares. But actually this doesn't work. It's still a checkmate. White can just clear off all the pieces, and then he has this brilliant knight sack, and after pawn takes it, bishop check, and it's a checkmate. So these two players can easily see these moves. So Habu simply resigned there. So it was really a miraculous 4 wins after 3 losses for Watanabe, adding another great feature to this landmark title match in the history. And I think now you can also enjoy chapter 6 and 7 of Umeda's book after seeing this video. So please check it out from the link in the description field of my video. And also, I found several other videos on YouTube which are Japanese TV programs that cover this title match. They're made in Japanese language, of course, but maybe you can see how the real Shogi title match is like by watching them, and I'll put links to those videos as well, so why don't you check them out too. So, hope you enjoyed this title match. Take care and see you next time.